Let's set the record straight about the so-called Dark Ages. Picture this: dirty peasants, grimy villages, everyone just grunting and stumbling around in the mud for 1,000 years after Rome falls. That's the myth. It's what a ton of movies and even some school books have drilled into us. But honestly, that's about as accurate as using a potato as a Wi-Fi router. Here's the reality. The period we call the Middle Ages, roughly the 5th to the 15th century, was anything but 1,000 years of doom and gloom. Yeah, Europe went through tough times after Rome collapsed. There was conflict, and life wasn't exactly a walk in Central Park. But to call it a dark age ignores all the wild innovation that actually happened. First off, let's talk tech. The heavy plow, invented during this era, basically turbocharged farming and let people grow way more food, so, less starving. Eyeglasses. Thank a medieval Italian for those. Mechanical clocks, cathedrals. They're not just pretty, they're engineering marvels. And then there's universities. The idea that people should come together just to learn and push the boundaries of knowledge? That's medieval, baby. And it wasn't just Europe in its own little bubble. Trade routes connected Europe to Africa and Asia, spices, fabrics, knowledge. Ideas were crossing continents. The silk in some king's robe might have started out in China. The math in a scholar's book could come from Baghdad. Meanwhile, while some parts of Europe were struggling, scholars in the Islamic world were translating, preserving, and expanding on ancient Greek and Roman texts. When Europe rediscovered this knowledge, it wasn't a miracle. It was the result of centuries of hard work and global teamwork. Sure, there were wars, disease, and some pretty weird superstitions, but show me a period in history that didn't have that. The so-called Dark Ages gave us some of the brightest ideas and inventions we still rely on today. So next time you hear someone call the Middle Ages a 1,000-year blackout, just remember, it wasn't darkness. It was sparks flying, gears turning, and ideas lighting up the world, one innovation at a time. History's a lot cooler and way more complicated than the myth.